Hi, I'm Martin, and welcome to Upgrade Your Day, the podcast.
And it is like a family. Lots of people say about Telford Academy that it's not just a dance class, it is like an extra extended family where you can be yourself. Yeah, we've got some students that have gone on to professional colleges and others that are just like, got one that's just left. It was my niece actually, she's danced with me since she was 3. And she's just left and joined the army.
Yes.
She's gone to join the army, but she's like, that's the dance side of it. It set her up because she's a leader. She's like, no, you're not marching in time.
Yeah, of course. So today we are talking all things dance. What can I say about dance, really? I trained in tap, ballet, jazz when I was at drama school. Wasn't that brilliant at it. Felt a little bit like one of those sketches French and Saunders used to do at the ballet, but it happened. And I've done a lot of dancing in my performing career to different degrees of success. Anyway, I'm going to chat today to my lovely friend Kerry, who trained as a dancer, worked as a dancer, and has now opened her own, quite a few years ago, opened her own dance school up in Telford near Birmingham. So she's a lovely friend of mine. I absolutely adore her, and she's a very passionate dancer and a real... What can I say? I want to use the word firework. She's a real firework of the community. She just gets on and does things, and she's so well respected. And I think it'd be great for everyone to have a little listen to what she's got to say about how dance can be a way to upgrade your day. So here's the lovely Kerry. Today I am with my lovely friend Kerry, who, now we should start, shouldn't we, Kerry, by saying, right, I always get stuck with this one. I've known you for how long?
When coming up, it will be our 21st anniversary.
21 years. Wow. So some people that have listened to the other podcasts, I think Hannah's one and Liz's one, will know that we all worked together in Crete. Everyone is bored stiff of my stories about Crete because it was a very eventful year. And we sang and danced in the hotels. Sounds a bit strange when I say it like that. But yeah, we were a show team and we moved around 3 hotels all year and we did our thing. You were our big bad boss, basically.
I certainly was. I thought I was a nice boss.
No, you were a nice boss. You were very kind. But what's good about you, Kerry, is you're a nice boss, but you have that turning point when, if you've messed up, if you've gone wrong, you're there. And it's like, you need that in a boss. You need someone to then suddenly just go, hang on a second, no messing about now, listen to me, stop it.
Well, my students nowadays, they say I've got a vein that pops out.
Oh, that's new.
I've had to put a fringe in to cover the vein. Yeah, they say, the vein's out.
Oh, well, let's talk about your students then. So just explain about what you do up there in Telford.
So I formed Telford Academy. I'm going to say it was 13 and a half years ago because I was pregnant with Eleanor. And so, get pregnant and start a business. Why not? That's okay. And I started going just a couple of classes a week and just, a couple of kids' classes, maybe an adults class. And then it just got bigger and bigger and I had to get my own studios. And so now it's basically 7 days a week.
Yeah, wow. And you teach, what's the age range that you teach dance to?
From 2.5.
Wow.
And there's no age limit on it, really. I've got ladies in their 70s, nearly 80s, some of them.
Yeah.
So, from 2.5.
And it's lovely because the reason I want to talk about dance as like a way to upgrade your day is a lot of people think that if they want to start a new hobby or get out of the house or meet other people, I think there's lots of different dance classes that happen like tap or lots of kind of fun sort of exercise dance classes. And yet a lot of people forget that actually there's things like ballet, there's things like jazz, there's all these things that you can do. You're not training to be the new ballerina or anything. It's not a whole career move. It's all about just doing something different, a little upgrade to your day, a little way to do something as a new hobby. And you do all those sort of courses and classes, don't you?
Yeah, when we started, it was something for everybody. So you didn't have to do the exam classes. You didn't have to do your ballet exam every year. And it was, you come, you socialise, you meet new people, but you dance or you sing, and we do a couple of shows each year as well. And at a theatre, and it is literally from the 2.5 years old upwards, the ladies, they get up on the stage and everyone's just living their best life. And I just think that's what it's about. And it's like you said, it's not about being professional and making it perfect. But saying that, even the professionals, they hit dodgy notes sometimes, don't they?
Well, yeah, I don't know why you're looking at me like that on this Zoom. It might have been a couple of dodgy notes.
Yeah, I mean, there is video evidence if we want to, if there was ever a time that it needed to come out 21 years ago, there's video evidence.
To all my lovely people listening to this podcast, I should probably explain when I auditioned for Kerry in, where were we? In Dance Attic or something in London. Yeah. And I auditioned with a certain song and it had a really, really big note, which when I was at drama school and I was in the middle of my training, I used to hit it and I was fabulous. This is like a year later. And let's just say when I went to hit that note, it kind of went around the note and up a bit and down a bit. And then it kind of like hid somewhere around the corner.
It was just one of my favourite moments ever. And I think, was it my mom doing the video in at the time? Yeah. And I didn't know where to look. It was brilliant. I loved it. You got the job, so
I did get the job, but I've never watched it back. And I think one day we should say, so we've got a little reunion. So you're right, it is 21 years because this year we're going back to Crete, going back to where we worked, and we're having a little reunion with everyone because a lot of us are still friends, which is really lovely, which is probably why I like to think I hold it in such high esteem that year because we're all still friends, which is lovely. Maybe you do need to bring that video and maybe we should watch it. Maybe just get it over with.
I think it's the plan. Yeah, let's get it out. Let's just, rip that plaster off.
We'll do that. But it's quite a good little analogy for life, though, Kerry, I think. Even though I hit that dodgy note, you still knew there was something in it, so you booked me. Positive and negative, yin and yang.
Positive. Find the positive in every negative. That you've got to do it. You've got to, if there's a negative, it's like, it's fine because look what happened. Always
exactly.
Find the positive in everything.
Exactly. And 21 years later, we're still laughing about it and just put a big smile on our face again tonight. So going back to what you were saying, getting off that quickly, going back to what you're saying about, it's so lovely that you have kids on stage who are like 2.5 and then maybe people into their 60s, 70s sharing the stage. Where do you ever find that? How wonderful is that,
Sometimes you just sit back. I mean, during the shows, normally for the finale, we do two shows on one day. We do a couple of shows in July and then in November. And during the finale number, I always, because, you're normally backstage running around and making sure everybody's ready. And during the finale number, it's my time. And I get out the front, I sort of seek out the side door and stand within the audience. And I just watch, and it's an immense feeling of like, you're just so proud of them, and you're not necessarily yourself. Yes, you are proud of yourself of like, what's been achieved, and you look at the audience and you look at the families and the friends that are there and just loving it. It's an immense feeling. It does make you very proud.
And that's really nice. And how do you get anybody, like I've talked about my anxiety before, performance wise, do you get people that say to you, I can't do it, Kerry, I can't go on, I can't go on stage? Well, how do you deal with that? What do you do?
So there's no pressure. I think you have to stand back. I had a little girl, not so little. I mean, I'd say she's 13, 14. And the day the show, she came to the dress rehearsal, was okay. Then text message, the next morning, I'm so sorry, she's in a bedroom, she won't come out, full panic attack, her anxiety levels, off the scale. She just doesn't think she can do the show. So I was like, it's fine, whatever she wants to do. My phone's on. If she wants to come, stage door, let me know. I'll be there and I'll let her in. We'll look after her. But it has to be, it's her decision. Mm. Will she regret not doing it? Will she get there and go, oh, this is the better place to be? And you know what? Half an hour later, she put her makeup on. She turned up at that stage door and she was like, I'm going to do this. And it's a team effort as well. So, the anxiety of herself, but then she's like, oh, but, what about my friends? What they want me there. Kerry wants me there. Her family wanted to come and watch her. And you get, especially nowadays, after the whole COVID situation, where the anxiety in so many people of all ages is crazy. And when we did a lot of our classes during COVID, we did, I had a little panic myself. How is the school going to survive? Will it survive? We did videos and I sent out videos so people could do stuff at home. Yeah. And then within a couple of weeks, it was like, oh, this is big time now. It's not going to, just go away. So we did the whole Zoom, and that was scary for me. And, we had kids that were just like, I can't put my camera on. I can't, I just can't do it. And it's like, okay, that's fine. Are you there? Are you okay? And it's just a check-in. And it was, and again, all ages. And we had the parents joining in behind and, the adults doing their Friday night tap class, putting the tea on in the background and a little drink on the side. I mean, it was, and it was literally everybody. We had people say that with COVID that would come on and they'd be sat there, wrapped up and feeling poorly and just in tears, but they could be in tears with us.
Yeah.
And it is like a family. Lots of people say about Telford Academy that it's not just a dance class. It is like an extra extended family where you can be yourself. And we've got some students that have gone on to professional colleges or professional performances, and others that are just like, nah, I've got one that's just left. It was my niece, actually. She's danced with me since she was 3, and she's just left and joined the army.
Yes.
She's gone to join the army, but she's like, that's the dance side of it. It set her up because she's a leader. She's like, no, you're not marching in time.
Yeah, of course.
Marching time.
And who would have thought? Yeah, it's like it sets you up for so many things, doesn't it? And that's what they say about like drama for kids and things. It's not about the fact that they want to go on and be huge TV stars. It's actually just confidence building and just building them as a person. Like you say, she's gone on to join the army, but she will be the best mover in that army there is.
Absolutely. She had to go to like the training, the first camp, the training, and out of all the I don't know, they're not students as such, are they? I don't know what you call them when they first start in the army. They're still in their training. And out of all the hundreds from all over the country, all over Great Britain, she won the top award for she became this, the person in charge of them because, she was used to controlling and being part of a team and giving instructions and using her voice and, having that confidence. And it just gives you so much confidence. The drama, like you say, the drama, it's like drama games where they think they're playing a game, but actually you're just socializing and you're just using your voice and allowing yourself to be creative.
So I wonder if when she picked up that award at the... What is it, a cadet? I don't even know. Is it a cadet she is?
No, they start off cadets and then they go to, I don't know.
Whatever that is.
Yeah.
But I wonder if when she picked up that award, she said, and I'd like to thank my dance teacher, Kerry.
I doubt that she did, but I reckon secretly in her mind, she was like, I owe this to Kerry. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
And if not, she should have done.
Yeah. I like what you said. What you said as well about a little check-in for people. I think that's really nice as well, because that's what, for me, meditation is. It's a little check-in with myself and just see where I'm at and what's going on, which is what meditation is for a lot of people, especially if you've got a mindfulness practice. So I think that's so important as well, that people can use dance, or certainly like your school, as just a little check-in, just seeing how they are, seeing how they're getting on, whether it's once a week, twice a week, however many times you go. And you aren't just going to a dance class, you're actually being part of a community. And I think that's very special. If anybody wants to get out there and just socialize for whatever reason it is, how brilliant to join something like that when it's not actually all about training to be the best. It's just a community.
It is. It's like an extra family, and everybody's home lives are so different. And, you know, not everybody has a great home life, but if they can get out and be around people and just be part of something. And it doesn't have to be shows. It doesn't have to be, you know, some people don't like getting on stage and don't have the confidence to do that far. And you know, it's a big step walking into a class, isn't it? It's a big step going into, especially, you know, at any age. And I think as you get older, like through your teenage years and then older, you know, walking into a room full of people, that can be so daunting.
Yeah.
But it's, once you've done it, it's like, we did Adult Tap Tonight. I, you know, come in from work, and straight away on Facebook, I've seen a message from one of the ladies. Thank you. It's just what the doctor ordered.
Oh, how nice.
Just think, you know.
Yeah. You provided her a little upgrade for the day. That was her little thing. That was a little cherry on the top. That's just what she needed. But also, how lovely is that for you to get those sort of messages? That's great for you to have that, like that, because that gives you a little buzz for the day, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's a check-in for me as well, isn't it? It's a check-in to know that I'm doing right. I'm doing the right thing. I'm doing all right. And just, you know, them checking in with me. You know, they're checking in saying, you know, thank you. We appreciate you. And yeah, of course, that's great.
When I first went to college in Chichester to do musical theatre, we had tap lessons, but they said, if you can do anything extra, then do it. And in the evenings, they ran a tap class, which is a bit like what you're talking about at the college. So myself and my friend Rosie decided to join it for extra tuition. And it was a mixture of people from probably 30s, right, as you say, through to 70s, possibly 80s. And we were the youngest ones there, and they were sort of like, oh, what are you doing here? And we're like, well, you know, we're doing the course. And they loved the fact that we were at that college wanting to do that as a profession. And they were just doing it as little something to do on like a Tuesday night. And we had, I'm not even saying this because we're talking about it, but we laughed like we have never laughed since. And I'm talking now 22, 23 years ago, because all those lovely little moments when we're tapping and we're doing that whole doing the whole tap circle thing, and then somebody's like, Judy's going the wrong way. And everybody would be like, Judy, everyone's looking at Judy and she's going around the wrong way by herself. And it was just so funny, and it was just such, I don't know if camaraderie is the right word, but it was just joyous. Absolutely. And we all just laughed and had such a great time. But we were learning a skill. We were trying to learn something. And then all those, and it was mainly ladies, I have to admit, in that tap class, all those ladies came to our college shows when we started doing them in the pub for the public, you know. And I couldn't believe that I'd gone to college and met all these ladies of different ages, became sort of like my friends.
Yeah, you've got the ladies from all different ages, and we've got one lady. She's got to be in her 70s, and she's tapped with me for years, probably since near the very beginning. And she still can't tap.
That's me. She's me.
But it's brilliant. We're like, you know, so she'll be like, we'll be away for a few weeks. Then she'll come back. I said, oh, you're here again. She said, oh, yeah, you know. And then she's like, she's still doing this move, a time step, a single time step. Not, you know, and it's a classic dancer, you know, tap step. And she can't do it. She still can't do it. But the way that she does it, which is like a simple, we call it the Jan. You know, so her name's Jan. And just do the Jan, everyone, you know, which is just a little position and an in. And if you forget the time step, just do the Jan. and it's, but you say it in front of it, and then if somebody new joins and we say, right, if you can't do the time step, just do the Jan. And they're like, what are they on about? Do the Jan. And I was like, oh, it's fine. And then Jan will appear and they go, oh, okay, got you now. Do the Jan.
Will Jan be listening to this, do you think?
There's a good chance. Good chance.
I would just like to say to Jan, I love you. You're my spirit animal, Jan. I am with you all the way.
Absolutely. She's
what a diamond.
Total. Her full name is Janice, and nobody calls her Janice except me. Oh, Janice is here. And then I was like, who's Janice? Oh, it's Janice. Yeah, she's amazing.
I think you taught me the time step, which I sort of mastered slightly. And then when it got more complicated, I was like, nah, I'm not having that. I know. I'll just stick with it. I'll just stick with the time step. I can't do nothing else. You
did the Irish show with us, didn't you?
The Irish show, yes.
Did you tap dance in that?
Did I? Heck.
Oh, okay.
I think I did a lot of. I think what you ended up getting me doing was whenever there was anything that went past. I think we probably did like 2 or 3 time steps. I probably did a little bit of Jan here and there, and then and then I think you probably said, right now, stand like legs apart and do that scan with your left arm, scan with your right arm, reach up to the sky, grab the imaginary flame, bring it down, and then
do an air grab and everything's fine.
Get off, we'll move forward and we'll finish the line of Irish dancing.
Go and have a breather, get ready to sing a song.
Yeah. Tell me a little bit about your so you teach tap. What classes do you teach at Telford?
Okay, so we do ballet, tap, modern, street dance, Zumba, yoga, dance fit, tap fit, street beats, drama, musical theatre.
Oh my God.
Academy class. Yeah. And then we've got all the so we do 2 sets of classes. You can do exam classes, you do ballet, tap and modern, and, take your exams. Or you can do they're not called show classes, they're just like your everyday classes where you come and it's just for fun. And a lot of them, to be fair, a lot of them do both. So they'll do the shows and stuff like that, and then some of them will then do their exam classes as well to get their the technique training in.
That's amazing. And also, I think it's fair to say they have so much respect for you and so much love for you, which I don't think I've ever seen before like that. I think there's something really special in that. Really special.
It's humbling, I think. I went to a dance school from when I was 2.5, and I went to one dance school that I was there for a few years, and I remember going in, and a student teacher, it was actually the dance teacher's daughter at the time, she was taking the class, and I must have been 6 or 7, around 6, 7, 8. And it was the dance teacher, the principal of the dance school. It was her daughter that was taking the class. And she must have had a friend in with her or something. I remember them laughing, and they were quite clearly, taking the mick a little bit. And you all children, you've got that, you're a bit self-conscious and you're dancing. And I was sure they were laughing at us. And I went home and I said to my mum, I'm not going back. They were laughing, and I really didn't feel comfortable. And so I gave up dancing, and it was literally for a few weeks. And my mom was like, oh my God, going crazy. Let's find you another dance school. So then I went to the rival dance school in Telford, and I stayed there until I was 16, until I went to Doreen Bird's when I was 16. And that stayed with me, that lives within me. And it's something that I teach now. If I have student teachers that I'm like, just be careful, because they might think that you're laughing at them, or you might just be having a giggle, but just be careful of their feelings. And I think it's, from your own experiences, passing it on and just making sure that everybody feels I had a 4-year-old today leave her class, and her mum said, oh, she was so looking forward to today. She was saying that Kerry's my best friend. And she's 4. And, for weeks, she's been coming in and crying. She cries, and then it's like, come on, let's go dancing. And she goes out with a big smile on her face. So for the last 2 weeks, she's managed to do it with no tears, and she's had the best time.
Yeah.
And again, it's that whole confidence, that some of them haven't even started school.
Yeah.
And so they don't know that they've got a bit of separation anxiety from, their parents. And I think it's just brilliant. And to see them and to see their appreciation. And like, the lady that thanked me tonight. And it's nice. It's nice that they have that respect. And,
yes.
Like you said, I was a nice boss, but,
yes,
there's times.
Yeah, well, you have to. If you're running, I mean, you ran 2 teams with us, so there's 10 of us, 5 of us in each team doing different hotels every night. There's a lot to look after. There's a lot to do. So you have to put your foot down sometimes. But I guess with that, the message is just about being kind, isn't it, really? And we all make mistakes. We all do things wrong. Yeah. And all we have to do is learn by it and move on. And just try and be kind, whatever happens, just every day is a new start. So listen, what I want to do is my little perfect upgrade. So this is for you to tell me what your perfect upgrade would be. So I'm going to ask you a few little questions. First of all, are you ready?
Yes.
Are you ready, Miss Kerry? Right. Where is your perfect place to just feel a little bit mindful, just feel a bit relaxed? It could be like your kitchen or a bedroom, or it could be on a beach, somewhere kind of realistic, somewhere, where would that be?
If I had the opportunity to be on a quiet, beautiful beach, it would be there. Mm-hmm. Just the waves in the background, nice and quiet. If it's not, and I'm at home, it's sat in the conservatory and just, quiet.
I like that. And what day of the week, what time of the week, when's a good time for you? When's a good time for you just to kind of take stock?
Oh, see, that's very rare. Very rare.
I want to say for you, I actually want to say for you, I bet it's late in the evening, isn't it?
It's either very late in the evening when I can just take myself up to bed.
Yeah.
And, the bed's comfy. You've got new sheets. You get in and you're like, oh.
Oh, I love new sheets. Yes.
Yes, love new sheets. So it's that. Or sometimes it's just you've done the crazy run around in the morning, getting the kids off to school, feeding the dogs, and you've done all of that. And then you sit down with a cup of tea and a biscuit.
In the morning. Yeah.
In the morning when everybody's just gone, and then it's just all of a sudden the morning madness is gone, cup of tea and a biscuit.
And so what's your favourite food? And it could be one item, or it could be just a theme or a genre of food. What's your favourite?
Chocolate.
I probably should know that, shouldn't I?
Just chocolate. And last year for Lent, I gave up dairy.
Oh.
But I did it, and it was fine. But yeah, it's
and what about drink? Alcohol or non-alcoholic is up to you. What would be your favourite drink if I could give you one right now?
Malibu and Diet Coke. Every time, go to Malibu and Diet Coke.
I love that. And what about music? What would you listen to, whether it's a song or an album or, again, it's a genre of music? What would you just love right now?
I love really soppy, old love songs, like from the 80s and 90s.
Yes, yeah.
So, or even after then, any... I mean, you can't beat it like a Gloria Estefan love song, can you?
Oh, good old Gloria Estefan, yeah.
Yeah, but then it's Celine Dion is there for me. Sorry,
she's the one. And so, what What about a scent? Is there a scent that you like more than anything? If I could light a little candle now or a little incense, what scent would that be for you?
You know, if you go to like a spa or a massage, and that the insect, the smell of even the shower gel or the oil. I mean,
Oh, hang on, like what they have in like the steam rooms.
Yeah,
That's like eucalyptus, isn't it?
yeah, it's like with like mix or
Oh,
like a lavender or something. I don't know.
I think it's like a lavender eucalyptus, something like that.
Yeah, that sort of. Yeah, I love that.
And
Like a relaxation.
what about a person? It could be a lot of people say themselves or somebody else. Who would you want to be sat in this conservatory with, or by yourself, or it could be an animal.
Oh, ooh,
I know, right?
yeah, that's tough.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I wouldn't want to single anybody else out. Then it's like, is it somebody that's in your life that you're happy just, like my husband, happy
Oh
for him.
no, you wouldn't want him there ruining the ambience. You wouldn't want him going on ruining the ambience.
But then you've got, would it be somebody that, that's maybe passed away that you'd like just a little chat now?
No, I think it'd be yourself. I'm getting a vibe. It'd be yourself.
I like me time.
Yeah, I like you. I like Kerry time.
I like me time. I'm quite happy. I'm a Gemini. So, and I don't think I'm two-faced Gemini.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little bit of a split, so I can be happy, and yay. But then I like, I like my quiet time.
Yeah.
I like me time.
Well, I tell you what, Kerry, this is what we've got. So your ideal upgrade would be you in the morning, sat in your conservatory with a massive bar of chocolate, drinking a Malibu and Coke, and listening to 80s love songs and lighting a lavender and eucalyptus candle.
I'm on it.
That's it. And the reason I do these little things is just for a bit of fun, but also that you could do that tomorrow, and that's the fun about it is, I mean, okay, there might be a little bit of a problem with drinking Malibu and Coke in the morning, but hey, if you're having a day off in a day to yourself, why not? What, everything in moderation, right? But that's something that all those bits are your favorite things and things that you love, and you can create that in a couple of days if you want to do. If you wanted to give yourself a little home retreat, just you by yourself, no interruption, you could book in a day next week and you can make that happen, And I think that's what's important to remember.
Yeah, I think it's great. And I think those questions are great, and it should go out to everybody, and you should just do it. And you should go, no, do that.
Yeah. Yeah. And I like saying home retreat because people say I'm having a day off. And that's when people go, well, could you just do this first? Or could you just read that email first? Whereas if you say I'm on a retreat, they go, oh, and they leave you alone because they think you're going somewhere or something's happening or someone's coming to your house. If it's a home retreat. And it's a great way to say, no, Monday I'm on a home retreat. And they go, oh, okay. Because they just think you've got someone coming around to give you a 12-hour massage, So always use that. I think that's the secret.
That's a good plan.
I know. Well, listen, darling, we've got to wrap it up. Thank you so much for having a little chat. And we're trying to get our Eurovision tickets. Let's put good vibes out there. We
need good vibes.
We get some Eurovision ticket. And I'll be seeing you in Crete in June, which is very exciting.
I know. Reunion.
I know. Thank you, my darling. Upgrade your day with dance. Get your local dance class. Meet people. It's all about community. Why not? Give it a go.
Do it. 100%.
Thank you, darling. Love you.
Love you too.
So that was the lovely Kerry talking all things dance. I hope you enjoyed that. And listen, you know what? Why not, if you fancy it, go along to one of these evening classes. And I know sometimes it takes a lot of energy or a lot of bravery, you may say, to go along. It can be nerve-wracking. It can fill you with anxiety. But the one way to look at it is, if you don't like it, you don't have to go back. That's all there is to it. Give it a go. Why not just give it a go? Grab someone, take with you, whatever it may be. Why not try to upgrade your day with something a little bit different and have a crack at tap? which I think is what my dance teacher back in college said. Maybe you should stop having a crack at tap. It's not going to be your thing, Martin. Anyway, all my details are on www.upgradeyourday.co.uk. I have a new 8-week mindfulness and self-compassion course booking for April. Starts mid-April here in Windsor in Berkshire. This episode's going out at the beginning of February in 2023, and so the course is booking for April. Until then, I'll speak to you next time. Bye.